I have a sale right here. Hey there, welcome back to True North Reviews. My name is Ryan, and today we are discussing the AWOLNATION record, Angel Miners and the Lightning Riders. This is the fourth studio album from Aaron, Bruno, and the gang, regarded as a one-hit wonder of the alternative rock scene because of their inescapable 2010s hit, Sail. Against what many casual fans would believe, AWOLNATION, in my eyes, are much more than a single, though. All three of their albums have been respectable and have spawned multiple singles that deserve your attention, including Woman Woman, Passion, and Not Your Fault. AWOLNATION also, in my opinion, hold an important role in the rock scene right now. Certainly frontman Aaron Bruno has always been an incredibly talented individual, from production down to the multiple instruments that he plays, to the songwriting and his vocal capabilities. But man, AWOLNATION, they just fly under the radar as underdogs, really. It's hard not to root for them when their songs are just full of life and energy. Continuing AWOLNATION's trend for great singles, Bruno carried that over for this record, Angel Miners and the Lightning Riders. He began that with The Best. That's a song title, by the way. It might actually be the best one too. It's certainly one that is meant for working out and competing to be the best that you can be. This song just thumps and bangs with urgency. It mixes and melds previous eras of AWOLNATION's sound. We mix in electronic touches and chugging guitar. Keeping pace not too far behind, a double single dropped with California Halo Blue and a Cars cover of Drive. Note that the Cars cover is only on the deluxe version. Still, California Halo Blue is one of AWOLNATION's most straightforward songs. It pulls back on the eccentric yelling from Bruno and vies for more of a generic chord progression and structure. But what it lacks in its composition, it easily makes up for it with the emotional hook and performance, as Bruno is longingly singing about his burned down music studio. Such a somber yet gorgeous track all around. California Halo Blue also has some credits for female vocalists, the very same ones that contributed to John Williams' his soundtracks with some Star Wars films. So yeah, that deviates from AWOLNATION's kind of sound, but if we're going for more of that textbook songwriting for AWOLNATION, Mayday, Fiesta, Fever is the track that you should be checking out. This was one of the singles to drop from the album back in January, and it's the most aggressive of the bunch here on Angel Miners and the Lightning Riders. We have thick and blaring guitar riffs, manic vocals from Aaron, and it just plays like a part two to what Hollow Moon was a couple records ago. Now, speaking about parts, this new album over here splits its title track into two parts. The first of which, Slam, Angel Miners, embodies the sound and the lyrics of this record, especially half electronic and aggressive and somewhat a bit softer in moments here and there. When it hits hard, though, it hits really hard, calling back to even the title track, On Run. Furthermore, the lyrics on the song Slam are just about struggling with the good and evil, and these angel miners that Bruno speaks of, they're kind of like the root cause, the evil spirits that cause all the bad in the world, whether it's disease or natural disasters. Now, the other half of the equation, the other title track, Lightning Riders, it doesn't completely take its foot off the pedal, but it certainly sounds like a more laid-back approach for AWOLNATION standards. A bit more like filler or something that is less in your face instrumentally compared to their song Kooks Everywhere. And from that stems my only real complaint with this AWOLNATION record. Some places elect to keep things safe, whether it's with the chord progression or energy. Don't get me wrong, a lot of songs still have their trademark AWOLNATION sound. It's just I'm a little less convinced when it comes to the pop tendencies on a couple of tracks. The perfect song to illustrate that would be Battered Black and Blue, Hole in My Heart. This song has a really poppy hook. You contrast that to the aggressive verses, and you're kind of wishing that the song would have picked one or the other, especially when it's really cheesy in the chorus. Make no mistake, the guitar riff is head-bobbing, and I love the lyrical recapping of the out-of-body experience that Bruno had after witnessing his music studio burning down. It shows a lot of self-awareness. Of course, when I mentioned previously about the cheesiness or the nerdiness, a guy's name that always has to come up in that conversation is Rivers Cuomo, and as many of you know, I am a pretty big Weezer fan, even of their newer stuff, and you bet I was excited to see Rivers' name attached to a guest spot on the track Pacific Coast Highway in the movies. Interestingly enough, apparently AWOLNATION tried to collaborate with Rivers in the past too. It never really panned out. Instead, we have this song, and Aaron Bruno, yeah, he's very proud of it. Am I proud of it as a big Weezer fan? It's fitting for Rivers to be on this track. It's nothing really noteworthy for him, nothing really terrible either, so I guess that's on the plus side if you're not that much of a fan of newer Weezer. Another song on this record that might sound a little lifeless, especially due to its melody, is the track Half Italian. There are elements of this track I do appreciate with the stagnant synthesizer, sounds pretty good. It's just that when you get through 2.5 minutes and the song isn't really going anywhere else interesting, you feel like you've heard it all. With those kind of meh moments out of the way, I think the true highlight on this project has to be with the closer, I'm a Wreck. And with that song, you might be thinking, oh, when is it actually going to start? When is it actually going to get good? It does take its sweet time, about 2 minutes to really get the ball rolling, but once it does, your jaw is probably going to drop. To me, I just love how incredibly loud and ferocious Aaron sounds on this track. He calls out these demons inside all of our souls, or at least his soul. Kind of leaves us hanging with the lyrical themes of this album too, if the good wins over the evil or vice versa. All I know is that once Bruno found this outro's riff, he said he couldn't top this emotionally or cinematically, and he's right. The backing instrumentation, my god, is just something out of this world. Just when you think it's going to give up, it just keeps pushing to another extreme. Between the cascading strings, the guitars, the muscular drumming, almost opera-like backup vocals in one spot of the song, this track is just straight chills. I can't even give this final track enough justification of why it's so great. Just check it out. It's one of those like must-hear moments of music in 2020. Overall though, for Angel Miners and the Lightning Riders, I gotta give credit where it's due. It's another self-produced album from AWOLNATION, much like the two previous ones. Taking things into a newer direction though, trying new things out, we have synthesizers coming together with guitars, which I know AWOLNATION has had both in the past. I just feel like we're exploring them to a further depth. It's almost like we're combining the aggressiveness of a record like Run with the guitar-driven compositions of Here Come the Runs. In addition to this, I also like the artwork for this album. Elsewhere, some songs, they kind of drag, lose focus. I know AWOLNATION, they're trying to balance this pop sound with a bit more aggressive rock. And yes, they've certainly had their laid-back moments in the past with softer tunes or more compelling lyrics, playing on the word radical here. But I think AWOLNATION's true strength is when they embrace their dark or eerie side of their sound. Despite those critiques, and as many as I did mention in this video, I'm still going to slap this new AWOLNATION record with a 7 out of 10. I might just be a tougher critic on them because I like their music so much. That doesn't really make sense, but you know what I mean. I'm liking this record still quite a bit, and I hope you do too. If not, tell me why. Tell me if you do like it too. Sound off down below in the comments. Let me know what you think of this music. Agree or disagree. I'm here to engage with you guys. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new in town. I'd appreciate that very much. As always, thanks for watching, and have a rocking day.